Can you see my shirt? I'm not trying to poke my boobs at you, I just want you to see my shirt. Buy my merch. If you could be good at any profession without having to receive the accompanying education or trade experience, which would you choose? Would it have anything to do with kaiju films, do you think? So I have been trying my hand at videography as of late. Want to get better at that. And I've also been trying my hand at filmmaking. I actually have three short films that I'm working on right now because my brain refuses to focus on just one thing. And one of them is actually kaiju related. To be more specific, it is based on Godzilla vs. Biollante. Don't tell Toho! So videography and just filmmaking. What has been the most rewarding part of hosting your show? How has it changed you as a Godzilla fan, as a creator, and as a person? I love this question. So the most rewarding part of hosting Chill with Kaiju Kim has been the conversations I've had with people that I probably would never have interacted with if it wasn't for this show. Like, as I'm having this awesome conversations with these people, I'm learning new things while also goofing off. And because I've been learning all this stuff from all these people I've been interacting with, I feel like that can help me improve my content. Like, yeah, I like to do silly, fun, goofy videos, but I would also like to do something a little more intellectual with just a hint of goofiness, because it's not me if it's not goofy. How has it changed me as a person? I guess I can say I'm slightly less introverted now. I'm still very much an introvert, but I'm coming out of my shell a little bit. And how has it changed me as a Godzilla fan? I guess I can say it's helped me appreciate Godzilla more, because it gives a reason for all these different people to unite and come together and make this really awesome community. And I never really would have interacted with the community if it wasn't for this channel. So it's been a good time. Been doing it for almost a year now. Gotta think of what I want to do for the 1 year anniversary. I'll keep you posted on that. What are your favorite Godzilla designs of all time? I really like the 2000 design. I also like 1962 and the Heisei design, more specifically from 93. I also like the 73 design because he looks adorable. Unfortunately, I do not have a figure with that design, which I'm very upset about. But my birthday is coming up in April, so if any of you are feeling generous and want to send that my way, that would be fantastic. Thank you. Cats or dogs? Cats all the way. The cats are more independent than dogs, and they're smaller and they're quieter. I don't dislike dogs per se, especially if they're more on the calmer side. Like, oh hey friend, what do you smell like? Is it okay if I smell you? Do you want to pet me? Can we be friends? As opposed to, hey friend, what are you doing? Where are you going? Why do you smell like that? What are you eating? Can we play? Is it time to play now? Let's play. Just no. Whereas cats are more like, oh hey, you're here. I guess we can cuddle if you want, but can you feed me first? And by the way, that chair you were about to sit in is mine now, so just letting you know. Dogs are a lot more needy, and I would just rather have a cat. Why? Because the Bible said so. This next question is from my husband-to-be. What 5 movies would you recommend to a newbie just getting into kaiju stuff? Alright, so here is my list. King Kong 33, Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, Gojira 1954, Gamera Guardian of the Universe, and Gorgo. How did you get into Godzilla and Monster Films? A very common question. So starting from when I was a toddler, my dad showed me a whole bunch of Godzilla movies, starting with King Kong vs. Godzilla. And so I grew up watching those movies, and I eventually discovered other monster movies like King Kong and Gorgo and War of the Gargantuas, etc. And yeah, it very quickly became my favorite genre of film. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? African or European swallow? I know why you won't watch The Greasy Strangler, but why won't you watch The Greasy Strangler? But on a serious note, what are your top 3 most influential films as far as your creative style, if that makes sense? That does make sense, thank you. So, 3 most influential films as far as my creative style. Let's see. A big one would have to be Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It has a good balance of goofiness and drama. It gets the point across, but it doesn't take itself too seriously. Second one, again, I would have to say King Kong 33. It's just an old, classic, iconic monster movie. I don't know how to describe it, because of course it's old-fashioned because it's an old movie. It was made in the 30s. But you know what I mean? Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. And the third one would be The Diving Bell and The Butterfly. So in that film, if you haven't seen it, the main character is just waking up from a stroke, and a majority of the film is shot from his point of view, and so you're kind of in his head and you're seeing what he's seeing and feeling what he's feeling. I really like when films do that, so there's a little bit of that in my films. I've noticed with the scripts that I've written, there's at least one character that is trapped in some way, and this film does a really good job of portraying that kind of thing. How's life, philosophically speaking? And biggest pet peeve when it comes to people doing movie reviews on YouTube. Life is complicated, but it's only as complicated as you make it. My biggest pet peeve when it comes to movie reviews on YouTube, I guess it would have to be spending too long on an insignificant aspect of the film. Like, for example, a throwaway line that's stupid. It doesn't add anything to the story, it's just stupid and kind of out of place. I've seen reviews where they kind of just spend like 1.5 to 2 minutes harping on that one line, and it's just like, okay, we get it, it's a stupid line. You don't need to spend 2 minutes talking about it, just acknowledge it and move on. Have you watched any Toku television? Why or why not? What are you interested in as far as Toku TV? So I didn't grow up watching any Toku shows unless you count Power Rangers. It's basically because my dad didn't really show me anything aside from Godzilla movies for the most part. Yeah, I have been trying to get into some Toku shows. I actually have a series called How Did I Miss This?, where I watched the first episode of the Toku series and give my reaction to it. As far as what I'm interested in, just have a good story, have good characters, have good pacing. I mean, that goes for pretty much anything. I like to think I'm not too picky when it comes to that, but yeah, just be entertaining, I guess. So, how much Godzilla vs. Megalon merch you got? Are there any big nerdy franchises you're interested in trying to get into? I've been meaning for the longest time to get into Ultraman. I watched the original series. I watched a little bit of Ultra 7, a little bit of Ultraman Tiga. Yeah, I've been trying to get into that. And Kamen Rider. I think that pretty much covers it. And last question. Who's your favorite magical girl and why is it Crystal Lady? No comment. Who's your favorite Sailor Scout and why? My favorite Sailor Scout is Sailor Mars because she looks fabulous. She's very independent, she's very cool, and I especially like her in the live action series. Yes, there's a live action Sailor Moon series. Video on that coming soon, hopefully. All right, that's all the questions I have for today. I almost dropped my phone. Don't worry about it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.